The spouse who decides they're going to leave because I can't believe you did that, and the spouse who stays, what's the difference? And Minister did said this last podcast. He said, you don't hear nobody really talking about, I got, I got wounded so bad when I was 40 years old. Does it happen? Sure. But most of the time, as he made a really good point, he said, it's when you were a child, it's when you were younger, right? That's where and he is correct. People of God, you just need to be healed. You just need to be healed. That's why sometimes people can't hear you, because they need to be healed.
Yes, sir. That's good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Heal from broken experiences. Heal from rejection. Somebody made you believe you want nothing, and now every time somebody says something, all you feel is confirmation and confirmation. See, what happens is every time you get negative confirmation, you get explosive.
Yeah. That's good.
You just need to be healed. That's all. I know this because over the years, I recognize that God has healed me, and He's healing me. I'm not healed, healing me. And I recognize that the more that I am being healed, the less I'm offended,
Yes, sir.
the less things bother me. The less I feel rejected, the less I feel worthless. Now, some of this may be, some of y'all may be like, I don't quite get it. It's healing, sweetheart. It's healing. And if you want to have that conversation, we can have that conversation right now, right here across the platform. And I mean in the most peaceful way, because it is healing. Yes, whatever it is, it's going to come back to healing. I promise you. It's because that's what people get angry, explosive. It's all about pain. You see, it first started with pain. And pain, healing. You see, and everything else. So every time you interact with someone, you're dealing with the pain on the inside.
That's good.
To the degree of your healing is to the degree of your offense. I use this example when I was talking to some special people last night, and I'll share this last example. I promise. And I use the example. I said, say you have a wife or a husband who cheats on their spouse, right? They commit adultery on their spouse. I've seen an array of reactions to this. I'm using reaction. I'm going to use response. I've seen the spouse leave. I shouldn't say I've seen. When I say I've seen, that means I've heard of or I've literally seen. I've seen spouses kill themselves. I've seen them go into depression.
Yes, sir.
I've seen them stay with the spouse and work it out.
Yeah.
So I ask this question. The spouse who decides they're going to leave because I can't believe you did that, and the spouse who stays, what's the difference? Why did one stay and why did one leave? Let me help you with that. To the degree of their pain.
That's good. Yeah.
To the degree that they have been healed, it's to the degree in which they can endure.
That's good.
Because of the lack of healing, they couldn't stay.
That's good. Yes, sir.
Or they wouldn't stay. Because of the lack of healing.
Yes, sir.
You see, they lack the healing.
Yeah.
That's why with some spouses, it's extreme. It's like the world came to an end. World ain't came to an end.
Yeah.
Okay. He ain't back. Right. But it's it's the end of the world. How could you? See it? See it? And notice is never, I've never in my life, I've counseled a lot of people. Now watch this. I've never, ever in my life, I don't know how many people I've counseled in my lifetime. Okay. I'm talking professionally. I've never in my life ever in a case of a spouse committing adultery, being unfaithful. I've never heard them say, how could you do this to God?
That's good. Yes, sir.
My God, talk to me. Wow. But I've heard them say, how could you do this to me?
Yes, sir.
That's good.
But against you and only you, Lord, have I sinned, said good. David. Right? I'm not saying offense didn't come to the spouse. Yes, I'm just asking the question.
That's good,
because what happens is in that moment, it becomes about their hurt.
Yeah,
it becomes about their healing or lack of healing. This is why people can't stay in churches. This is why people can't stay in relationships, because of the healing that they lack. This is why there are problems in marriages, because because of the healing. You disagree and you fuss and you fight and you war. Yes, I'm over in James. You fight and you war because of the lack of your healing. But the
Mhm.
more we heal,
Yeah.
the more peaceful we become.
They say what you